ஸ்ரீமதே ராமானுஜாய நமஹ. நாராயணீயம். விருகாசுர கதா பிருகு பரீக்ஷணம் ச அப்படிங்கிற தலைப்பில் in this topic we are going to see the 89th dashakam in full in this recording. Vrukasura, also known as Basmasura, did penance to Lord Shiva and got a boon which enabled him to kill anybody just by placing his hand on his head, on the person's head. You understand? He wanted to test the efficacy of the boon on Lord Shiva himself. So, Basmasura got a boon from Lord Shiva which enabled him to kill anyone by keeping his head on that person. So he wanted to test, the asura wanted to test it on Lord Shiva himself. And Lord Shiva ran away, fearing, but none in the three worlds came to his help or support. No one came to his support. Finally, Shiva reached your abode, that is Vaikunta, Lord's abode, Vaikunta. Seeing the asura running and approaching Vaikuntam, Krishna, the Lord, in the guise of a soft-spoken Brahmin, went and stood before him. Krishna, when Vaikuntanathan is mentioned by Bhattacharya as Krishna himself, Krishna asks the Vrikasuran why he was running here and there to test the boon we got from Lord Shiva. He could test it simply on himself. That is what the Vishnu, in the guise of a Brahmin, told the asura. Vrikasuran, attracted by the charm of the Brahmin, he was down the looks of the Brahmin. He was overwhelmed by the looks of the Vishnu in the Brahmin guise. Without thinking, kept his hand on his head himself and fell like a tree whose roots were cut. So that is how the Basmasura is taken care by Lord Krishna. This is how downfall happens to those who worship devathas rather than Krishna. So idea is that Krishna is the Paratva, is emphasized here. Thus, Krishna only protected Shiva, and he is the Lord of the three worlds. This is one story. Once, sages living along the Saraswati river got a doubt as to which god among trinities means Brahma, Shiva and Vishnu, among the trinities is the most sattvic in nature. Of the three gods, who is the most sattvic in nature was the question. And they had the doubt. So these sages were living on the banks of river Saraswati. So they had this doubt. They sent sage Brigu to test this. They sent the sage Brigu to the three lokas on this mission. On reaching Brahmaloka, Brigu did not pray to Brahma, which angered him, which angered Brahma, but then he controlled it. So Brahma felt this person, this sage is not prayed, worshipped him. He gets into an anger, but he controlled himself. So next Brigu went to Shiva. Lord Shiva, on seeing Brigu coming, ran towards him to hug him. Shiva saw Brigu, the sage Brigu, and ran towards him to hug him. Brigu pulled himself off and said, Shiva does not follow perfect aacharams. So Shiva is also not sattva. Earlier Brahma also is not sattvic in nature because he allowed anger in himself. So aacharams. This enraged Shiva. However, Parvathy intervened and pacified Shiva. Because Brigu sage observed that Shiva is not following aacharams, Shiva became angry, but Parvathy pacified him. That's how we can understand. Then Brigu reached Vaikunta. Krishna was sleeping on Mahalakshmi's lap. Sage Brigu went and kicked Lord Krishna on his chest because Krishna has not shown the respect the stage deserves. That is what he felt. So kicked him. Krishna got up immediately, begged pardon and said, the scare made by Brigu's kicking will remain like a jewel in his chest always. The impression made by the sage Brigu's kick on the chest of the Lord will remain always. That's what Krishna told him. Sages and Saraswati learnt about this incident through Brigu and concluded that Krishna is the only God to have sattvic virtue the most. He is the only God with the best sattvic virtue you can understand. So that Krishna is the only God to have sattvic virtue the most among the Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, among the three we can understand. The sages once then were completely devoted to Lord Krishna and reached and obtained moksha. That is how it is mentioned. Though now they have concluded, they have come to the conclusion that Lord Krishna is the most sattvic person among the trinities, and they became devotees of Lord Krishna and attained moksham. Narayana Bhattatri worshipped the sattvic form of the Lord, which never had the quality of downfall, which remains always high, and there is no question of the sattvic powers coming down. And so quality of downfall from its total sattvic nature. When this universe was formed, the Vedas and Upanishads prayed to the Lord. He is the only God who is Satchitananda form, meaning Sattvika form and Paramatma. This is how Vedas and Upanishads decide That is what he says. Bhattatri offered worship to that Lord who is fortune of Gopikas. He is the Gopikas' fortune, to protect him from all sorrows, to protect him from all sorrows. So Bhattatri offered worship to that Lord who is the fortune of Gopikas to protect him from all sorrows. Lord, so he said, please protect me from all my worries, all my illness, that also you can include. And very interestingly, Lord Guruvayurappan acknowledged his request by nodding his head immediately. So Lord Guruvayurappa also acknowledged his request and nodded his head. That is what. So that is how Narayana Bhattatri completes the 89th dashaka. So which was that Vrukasura Katha and Brigu Parikshanam Cha. Parikshanam Cha is the heading of that dasaka. Srimate Ramanujaya Namah.